Very good evening, gang. It's Sunday, the 15th of September, 2019. A nighttime show for you today, gang. I've got to say, you may have noticed I've shortened the intro video there. I haven't got time to do everything that I normally do before the camera comes to me, which might be a bit of a... I might have to make it a bit longer again, actually. I'm literally pushing buttons here as quickly as possible, and I wasn't able to keep up with you then, so sorry about that. I have had a bit of a rough day, actually. Yesterday morning, I'll come to your messages in a minute, my darlings, all right? Yesterday morning, I had a flu injection. I went down to the doctor's. I got an email because I've got asthma and a couple of other little bits that need to be looked after, you see. And one of the things I get is a free flu injection every year, Gak. No, it's not the over 65 one. No. Not over 65. No, dear. Just a couple of other minor little things, okay? So I got down there round about... I wasn't late. Round about 10 o'clock. It was. And this queue, I mean, it's a good job I didn't take the car to... Well, I never take the car. I can walk to the doctor's. It's a good job I didn't know that the car park was rammed. There's not that much space in there anyway. I suppose 10, 12 cars, if you're lucky, you can get in there. So they're all queuing up to get in there. There's this queue going right through from the doctor's surgery, out down a little corridor, round the reception area, and outside. So I kind of I went on my bicycle. I put my bike up against the wall and joined the queue, filled out a couple of forms. And the thing is, with that particular flu injection type thing, the queue moves quite quickly, I have to say. You know, it's not like standing in the queue at Disney. Do you know what I mean? Where you can be there for an hour and a half. So we were all moving fairly quickly and we were all talking to each other, and that was very nice. So I went into the doctor and I said, I don't look, bing, bing, out. You're with the doctor 10 seconds maximum. He takes his little thing out of that protective plastic thing, and that's it. And that's it, basically. You know, slams that into your arm. And as I go out, I see this queue. And I'm saying to these people, blimey, that was a long needle today. And they're like, oh, was it a different needle? I said, different? I said, I've never seen such a long needle. Did I hurt my arm? Anyway, you're in next. See ya. And I jumped on my bike, frightening them all as I left. I'm that sort of person, a frightener. I am. I mean, if you met me on a dark night, be honest, you'd be frightened, wouldn't you? Yes, I thought so. So that was that, and that was fine. Then I cycled into town, as I told you yesterday. I went to Ryman's to get some staples for my gun stapler. Popped into the bank as well. Came back, went to Aldi. Long queues in Aldi. They don't seem to be coping in the new Aldi at the moment. I say it's not a new shop. They've just been refurbished inside. And the queues are... enormous queues in there at the moment. So I went in there, got me bits and pieces, came back. I think I then did a show with you. Didn't I do a show late yesterday? I think it might have been late yesterday, sort of around 11:30. So we did a show. That's fine. My mate came over, I think. I had some dinner, done some chips in the oven. Oh, yes, of course he came over. You saw him invade the ship. By the way, I've got them back. I've got them all back. Don't worry, because he tried to nick some of my fridge magnets yesterday. I'm going to have to hide these. He tried to nick the fridge magnet. What are these for, you're wondering? New people are wondering how you can get one of these. You have to join the raffle, or you can buy one. If you want to buy one, they're £10,000. Okay, there was a buy one, get one free offer on yesterday. Didn't get any takers, though. So they're £10,000 each if you want to buy one. Or payable to my PayPal account, chris@chrisreardon.co.uk. Or you can get a raffle ticket later on today, gang. And the raffle draw, we do this all week long. And we have a draw on Monday mornings between 8:30 and 10 o'clock UK time. All right. So at some point, the show will appear on your screens. And that's when we do the raffle. All right. So that's tomorrow. So I've come back here, done all that. And everything was fine. Everything was fine. Right. I think we watched a little bit of telly. We watched an episode of Pose, which I love. We have to watch that on one of those internet sites because you can't see it here. It's not available in this country at the moment. And I think it's called Putlocker, Putlock. And you can spend 20 minutes trying to find this programme every time. A blooming nightmare trying to watch that. Anyway, so we watched one of those and that was fine. And that was it. I went to bed for a couple of hours. And when I woke up, oh, God, I felt dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Not ill, okay? No cough, no snotty nose, no running eyes, nothing. Just, oh, like that. Oh, like Like, if your power is running on a scale of 0 to 100, I was on about 50. Anyway, I struggled out of bed after my afternoon kip, somehow got into work, and I've just absolutely shattered all the way in there. Anyway, got through the night, came home, went to bed last night. I didn't sleep very well at all last night. I kept waking up extremely hot, very, very hot in bed. Eventually, I think I got up, or dragged myself out of bed at around about 9 o'clock in the morning, which is late for me on a Sunday, to be honest. And I couldn't do anything. I was like, oh, God, I managed to have some breakfast, a cup of tea, watched a bit of television. Well, I can't do a show, and I didn't go to church either. I couldn't do anything. So I had my breakfast, had my cup of tea, put a post up that there was no show in the morning. Then I went back to bed. And the thing is, my mate... someone's sending a super chat. What's this? A super chat from Retro Store. £5? First instalment for a fridge magnet for Sharon's Christmas present. My brother-in-law's just sent me £5 on the super chat. You can only see that if you're on YouTube. I think I've got tenner in the bank now. There was people sending me cash last week as well. That was a £5's worth, wasn't it? Couple of quid here, couple of quid there. You can see that super chat thing on the YouTube. It's for tips. It's for tips, you know. If you like what you're seeing, send us £1. I would never ask that. You got to just look for it. So you see that $sign. If you click that, just click it. You won't have to send anything, and you'll see what that's all about. Some of the YouTube channels have got that, so I thought I'd join the bank, join up, and do that as well. But you do get what happens if you get a super chat. Your message lights up in front of me, so you can't miss it. And they do kind of take priority over all the other ones. So there we are. I'll come to your messages in a minute, boys and girls. All right. And I was supposed to be going out with my mate today for a lunch, which I was taking him out for lunch this afternoon. So about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I went back to bed. I had a little bit of a doze in the chair downstairs, went back to bed, and I did manage to actually get off. I chucked off the duvet and took up one blanket because I was quite warm, and I did manage to get off for a few times, and then I woke up again around about 12:15 and I felt better. I felt like someone had switched the power back on, so I'm now at about 65%, something like that, right? And I rang up my mate. I said, come on, let's go and do this lunch. He said, do you want me to drive? I said, yeah, if you don't mind. So he brought the Mini round, got in the Mini in electric mode, and we went to this pub called the Rose and Crown, which is very nice. It's in Ascot. He'd already booked a table yesterday for us for 1:45. So he got round here round about 1:15, 1:20. He just appeared in the bloody house because he's got the keys, you see. He just appeared. I was sitting at the piano playing the piano, and suddenly he said. He started sick because I was playing a church hymn. I think "Praise My Soul, the King of Heaven" or something like that. So I'm playing this church hymn. And suddenly he comes in and starts singing. Well, my back is to the door. Frightened the life out of me. Absolutely frightened the life out of me. Anyway, we got in the car, went down to the restaurant, and all the time my power level is increasing very quickly, actually. And we had a lovely meal, actually. Very, very nice meal. Highly recommended for the food and the service. Great service. A little bit pricey. I've got the receipt here. Not everything was pricey there. Can I read you these out? Right, this was the Rose and Crown, as I say, Woodside Road in Ascot in Berkshire. Really highly recommended. Lovely, clean, nice staff. It's a Green King pub. So the main meals. So he had a roast chicken dinner, which was £10.95. I had a nut roast dinner, which was lovely, £9.95. I have to say, the portion size is a little bit on, not small, but a little bit on the small side. Do you know what I mean? They weren't massively small, but they could have done with, say, another 2 roast potatoes and a little bit more veg. But apart from that, lovely meal. So I think that was reasonable. But then I had a cup of tea, £2.50 for a pot of tea. Is that, what do you reckon, £2.50? I thought that was a little bit overpriced by about 50 pence. So a bit of price. But what bumped it up was the bread and butter. Now, we had 2 lots of bread and butter, which was basically one of those, those flat rolls cut in bits like that. Very well presented. decent amount of butter as well. You had a decent, because there's so many places, you order this bread and butter and this tiny little bit of butter comes out. No, it was butter in a little ceramic thing, which was lovely. £3.50. I thought that was a bit excessive for bread and butter because we had 2 lots. £7 for 2 bloody rolls. Dear me. Sticky toffee pudding with custard. Again, bit on the pricey side, £7.50 each. But, as I say, no complaints at all about the service or the food. Very nice. Portions slightly on the smaller side, but pricey. So that's what it was there. And we ate that. And then we sat there in the sunshine for a while because it's a beautiful day today. Absolutely beautiful day. We watched a couple of very large birds flying over. I think he said there was something red or a red something. These birds that circle round, and he said because they attack other birds, I believe, right? And he said what they do is they corner them. One flies one. They're usually in pairs. One flies one way, one flies the other way, and then the bird can't escape, and then they attack. They peck it to death, like that. So after that, we came back. He dropped me off here. I went straight to bed, and I've had a sleep, and I'm awake again, and I'm fine. You see? So that was the flu injection. Done me in. And that has happened before. That has actually happened before, although what's happened before is I recovered a bit quicker last time, so I had it in the morning. Good morning to Roy the boy. Martin has more money than me. Enjoy. Thank you, Roy. Roy sent me £2 now. Christ, the cash is pouring in. £7. It was worth coming up here and talking crap for an hour today, weren't it? Dear me. Thank you, Roy the boy. That's very kind. Very kind. They flash up in front of me. You can't miss those super chat things. Yes, I've recovered more quickly from that before. Usually, I have a flu injection, no problem at all. Just, you have your injection, that's it. You carry on as normal, nothing happens. There's been a couple of occasions, 2 or 3, I think this is the 3rd time now, where I've had it, gone to bed in the afternoon, woke up and felt absolutely dreadful, as was the case with this one. There was one occasion where I got really bad flu straight afterwards, but of course they tell you it doesn't do that and what have you. Aching muscles, never really had that one, I don't think. Although my legs this morning, when I woke up, it was like pulling around 2 lumps of lead, to be honest. So that's it. Anyway, that was my flu injection. I don't know if you've ever suffered from anything like that at all. Of course, if you talk to some people, they start going oh, there's mercury in the flu injection and this, that and the other. And they start saying, oh, look on the internet. It tells you what's in there. You shouldn't have it, this, that and the other. Listen, I've seen people, when I've had the flu injection, I might have been a bit dodgy today, but I seem to have recovered now, okay? I've seen people so ill with the flu. I've had flu properly, I think twice in my life. It's frightening. You can't breathe, you're delirious. So I highly recommend that whole flu injection thing. I really do, But those of you that have it, I do think you should have it. There's a lot of crap on the internet all the time, people going on about, I don't know, what the ingredients of the flu injection or what's in your drinking water or, what they spray the peas with, I mean, if you're that worried about anything like that, just go and kill yourselves. And then you won't have to worry anymore, will you? All right? So better now. I'm pleased to say, much better now. Right, let's read some of your message then, gang. Here we go. Over on the new chat screen over there, which I still haven't managed yet to the chat screen on here. I'm using a different chat thing now, but the letters are very small, and I haven't worked out yet how to make them bigger. Dear me. It's all right for my sister. When my brother-in-law and the sister are doing their show on the Retro Restores channel, they do a live show every Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock UK time. That's on Retro Restore. She's doing all the messages and he can concentrate. There's only one person here, you see, at the moment. Yeah. Who knows? By the end of today's show, someone may offer me their hand in marriage, and they'll be sitting here quite happily taking in my little requests and sending in important messages and things like that. Rightio, good evening to Adam the Plumber, evening. Evening to Mr. Mix Mowers, evening. Norma in Massachusetts, good evening. Hello to James Dean, good evening. Tommy Flynn is in the house. We are troopers, Tommy. We are troopers. It's surprising how quickly you can come out of an illness, isn't it? And also surprising how quickly you can go down. I mean, that other time I had the flu a couple of years ago, my God, that was quick. I was doing a karaoke night and I was standing there, perfectly normal, and suddenly I got really cold. I said, is a door opening? Like, no. And then my legs started aching, like they were, so heavy. And I thought maybe I've been standing up here too long. And then I just became incredibly ill. Cold, shivering. I was like that. Oh, like that. And that all happened in the space of 10 minutes. So quick. But just as quickly as you come out of it, I think you can go down as well, can't you? Hello to Rachel Wheatland. Good evening to you. Michael Lawrence is there. Yes, I hope to see you at the karaoke tomorrow, Michael. Welcome to the show there. Hello to Shaun Michael Crabtree. It was his birthday yesterday, I think. Was it yesterday, darling? Did I wish your birthday yesterday or the day before? I think you. Hello, darling. Welcome, Shaun. Hello to SCTV fan. Did I win? I don't know. Win what? Are you talking about the raffle? That's tomorrow, dear. I mean, I think you're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. Pay full attention to what's going on, dear. Honestly. People are not paying attention, are they? Just watch the occasional one. I mean, old STTV, his name's Chris. I reckon he just sits there at the computer and grabs the occasional word. What word he grabs is a mystery to me. Good morning, Chris. Hello to LaBelle. Good evening, LaBelle. Much better now, thank you, LaBelle. All right. Hello to Ash Smith. Glad you're still alive. Me too, love. It's always a bonus. When you get to my age, every day you wake up is always a bonus. All right. Hello to Jason Hughes. Good evening. There's no free bus pass here, Ash. No free bus pass. Kate Doody. Hello, Kate. Oh, don't forget, you will get a raffle ticket later. We're doing the raffle tickets. Adrian Richardson. Good evening to you. LaBelle says, the needle. You're so evil and mean. I don't like needles. I really don't like needles. I don't look. I mean, it's not a problem you sticking one in my arm, really, if you're a doctor. God knows how those junkies do it. Every day, I don't know how many times they do it, but they stick needles in their wrists and arms, don't they? Oh, dear. SCTV fans, I've paid Ronnie to get you a fridge magnet. Well, unlucky, mate. I've got them all back again. Scrolling down, let me scroll down here. Hello to Roy the boy. Good evening to you. I've got a sticker here. You talking about the Roy the boy stickers? Where is it? It's here somewhere. No, it's on the wall in front of me. You can't see it there. It's right on the wall in front of me. He kindly sent me a sticker there. Let's have a look. Good evening to message retracted from Ray Reynolds. What does that mean, Ray? You've retracted your message. Was it a dodgy message? It says message retracted. I've no idea what that means. How strange. Good evening, Shania Steele. Evening, Shania, who's disappointed I didn't go to church today. I couldn't move. Couldn't move this morning. Sorry, Shania. Please don't write to the bishop, dear. He'd be ever so upset with me. Just I'm going to have to scroll down. You can have a Greg's on Martin. We usually have chips at some point during the week. We do like a portion of chips. Good evening to Paul and Lou. Evening, Paul and Lou. Paul and Lou, just in case you were wondering, they are my moderators. I've only got, I think there's another moderator. I can't remember who it is now. Moderators. Someone was saying, you're probably with us. It might have been you, Roy. Can't remember who it was yesterday, but someone was saying on Martin's show yesterday, why isn't Chris, as in brother-in-law, why isn't he one of your moderators? Well, because often I'm not there. For someone to be a moderator, you want them to be there. I mean, no, that's come out wrong. That as it would be a person who's there a lot of the time. I can't say please be there at 9 o'clock every morning. It just doesn't work for me. It wouldn't work for them either. But there are people that are generally there a lot of the time. So that's who you want as a moderator. If it's someone who's not always there, then it's pointless making them a moderator, you see. So that's the reason for that. What does a moderator do? Well, they're joining in the show, same as everyone else. But sometimes you get a troll. Who start spouting vileness and that, a little bit like myself towards Gemma Collins, to be honest. There is a Gemma Collins story on the show today, on the show tonight. Don't worry about that. They look out for nastiness, basically, and they have the power to remove someone from the show and also block them from joining in future. So that's what a moderator does, just in case you were wondering. Okay. Adrian, I'm going to get my flu jab done. I'm going to end up like you. No, doubtful. It just affects everyone in a different way. You know, a bit like taking an ecstasy tablet, I suppose, really. You know, I mean, some people will dance and have a wonderful time all night. Other people will die. I mean, it's as simple as that. It affects people in different ways. So you'll probably be all right, Adrian, okay? There you go. Tommy Flynn had his on Friday. Nothing happened. See? So it just affects people in different ways. Good evening to Mari. Hello, Mari. Jason Massey, pushing boat out for Sharon's Christmas present. Yeah. £5, a down payment on the fridge magnet. LaBelle, sometimes it's the shots from the medication. It's shoving around the germs and blood levels, and it takes you down sometimes. I did look it up, actually. It's to do with your body suddenly, because they inject you with a dead flu virus, basically. And then the body recognises it as a virus. I don't think it recognises it as a dead one. It just recognises it as a virus, okay? And immediately goes to work on killing it. And I think it's the same as, like, you know, it puts all its energy into making antibodies for Tommy. Tell me if I'm right here, because he's a nurse. I think it puts all the power in your body towards attacking this flu virus and making antibodies, but it has to get the power from somewhere, so it takes you down on other levels, if you see what I mean, while it's gone to work. Probably, I suppose by now, you know, I'm back up now. Back up, I would say, to full power, actually. Back up to full power now. Presumably it's done its job. I don't know. I don't know how that works, so I'm just guessing that, okay? Oh, you're talking to each other there, aren't you? Mick and Martin are talking to each other. Get everyone on YouTube. Yeah, it would be better if everyone was watching the show on YouTube, to be honest. YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK. It would be a lot easier. Then I wouldn't probably wouldn't, less likely to miss messages, because it's a bit difficult going from one to the other all the time, but that's how it is at the moment. Who's robbed a bank giving Chris all this money? Yeah, I wondered that. £7 a day so far. Yeah, perhaps we should have a totaliser at the back there. You know, who's given them? And the price of a fridge magnet for the first person to get to £5,000, which is half the price that you'd pay if you wanted to buy one off, all right? We're jumping about a little bit there. Ooh, where are we now? Ooh, that's jumped. That's jumped. There's my sister. Good evening, Sharon. There we are. Have we got everyone there? Good evening to Paul Dow. Evening, Paul. It's just impossible for me to read all these messages out, I'm afraid. Christina Ewing. Evening, Christina. Oh, there's a box of pens on the way to Central Station. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you very much. It took 4 months for a packet of tea sent to the USA. Is that right? 4 months? God. Christina's sending me some pens, because, as you know, I get through quite a lot of pens at the karaoke. I host 2 karaoke nights in London and 1 in Cleethorpes during the week. And we get through a lot of pens. People nick them. God, I don't know why you would want to nick karaoke pens, but they do. People nick them. And that's why we get through a lot of pens. So thank you very much for that, Christina. Very kind, very kind. Good evening to Kim Witt. Good evening to you. Mick, that's only £10,000. That's probably pennies to you, dear. All that money you got stashed under the bleeding bed. Spend some of it and win one and buy one of these, dear. Just £10,000. PayPal, chris@chrisreardon.co.uk. Thank you. Jason, they're all talking to each other. That's all right. I'd never get a notification on YouTube. Why is that, LaBelle? You should work. Should work. Hello to Shaun Pye. Shaun Pye's talking about the colours place that I used to work at. It's a shame that Mark's not with us today because he's a stamp collector. And I did say to him I would go out and see if I could find my first day covers for you. And indeed I did. Actually, Shaun, that looks like it's a message from yesterday. How has that happened? Shaun, are you with us today? That looks like a message that's come from yesterday. Hello to Matthew Van. Evening, Matthew. Oh, there he is. There's Shaun. Shaun. Good. Okay. Jerry Millen's there as well. Good evening, Jerry. Hello, Jerry Millen. Jerry Millen, I beg your pardon. Red kites. That's it. They were the birds. Rachel. Red kites. There were 2 red kites flying around. Beautiful birds. Ever so big. We're looking at all the planes in the sky. You can see them crossing over at different levels as well because it's quite near Heathrow Airport, I think it is. All right. Right. Tommy, I owe you $1.29 for a litre of fuel. No, you don't, mate. You don't. Anyway, so let me just tell you. I was looking around because Mark, who's not with us tonight, I think he's at the football tonight somewhere, asked about first day covers. And I found a few. They're very... They just haven't been looked after. But I have got some first day covers. I'll hold on to those. You see, I'm in the sort of state of them now. I mean, they're just falling apart. Look, I mean, can you see those are all kind of eaten by bleeding snails and things like that? Oh, what's this one? The fire service. Look at this. 1974. That one's not in a too bad a state. That's my dad's writing there. That was our old address. See, that's our old address there. It's not my address now. Don't turn up. I'm thinking you're going to meet a huge international star because I'm not there now. Okay, look at this. Look at that. But it's a little bit damaged at the back there, so I don't know if these would be worth anything. I doubt it very much. But these were in an envelope. Okay, it didn't take me long to find them. They were in the shed, and I found another envelope, which was sealed, and this envelope has not been opened since it was sealed 40 years ago. Yes, 40 years. 40 or 38, something like that, okay? So I opened it just before I came on stream today. And in here is a picture of me. Can you work me out from there? All right. So that's just a photocopy of the picture. I have the original picture as well in here. And I've got this thing from the Scouts. Okay? Scouts news release. 1979. One of the things I did when I was in the Scouts, I went on a Scout Jamboree. And we were supposed to go to Iran. I think it was Iran. Anyway, and I found this news release. And I'm on it. And I don't think I've ever looked at this. 7th of August 1979. Look at this. To the editor, BBC Radio London. When the 1979 World Scout Jamboree, which was due to be held in Iran, was postponed, because there was a lot of trouble then, members of the 1,500-strong United Kingdom contingent were given a number of alternative opportunities. This was for the Scout Jamboree. Now, a Scout Jamboree is the coming together of scouts all over the world. And we all go to we all used to go to, oh, they still do it, I'm sure. We all used to go to another country and meet up at a massive camp. People from all over the world. Well, it didn't work out that year because we had the trouble in Iran. It says they were given a number of alternative opportunities. One of these was Sebumak High Adventure Base, Maine, USA. Now, this was one of the places we visited. Because we couldn't go to Iran, we had some other choices. We decided to go to the USA. It was my first ever visit to the USA. And it says, among those attended the camp was Christopher Reardon, 16 years old, and my address, 23 Hersham Close, phone number 017882561. First Roehampton Scout Group, contingent travelled by Laker Airways and Troway coaches. Laker Airways, who remembers that, eh? The Troway coaches, that was like one of those Greyhound buses. And it was reasonably comfortable. But my God, we were on there for hours on this bloody coach. Travelling from New York, I can't remember, New York to Maine, I think it was. We were on this coach for hours. I'm sure it was New York to Maine. We didn't go straight there. Or did we? Yes, we would have done. We would have done. Hang on, let me think now. Which way round did this happen? Oh, I can't, because we did different things there. One of the places we went to was Subumak High Adventure. We also stayed with 2 families while we were there. And another place as well, Maine High Adventure place, where we did canoeing and boating. Fantastic experience. It says the campsite was located at Maine, USA. Among the activities carried out were hiking and canoeing. And we did 50 miles hiking and canoeing. And it says, while abroad, time was spent as a guest in the house of Harry Friedman. And it got his address there. And I couldn't remember his name. And over the years, I've tried to remember this bloke's name. What a shame I didn't open a bloody envelope, because I wanted to try and contact him and thank him for looking after me when I was just 16 years old. Of course, now I'm 57, so 57. He would have been 45, so 55, 65, 75, 85. He would be in his 90s now. You know, I've done a quick look on Facebook before I came on stream today, and I can't find him. So he may not be with us any longer, you know, which is a shame. But I did want to sort of contact him. I think I did manage to contact him maybe a year or so after I came back, when I would have been 17, and then left it, and then I couldn't find him again. And it says, cost for the visit was raised with the help from the First Roehampton Scout Group. So what a lovely find that was today. And it brought back the memories. I do have a Super 8 cine film of some of the time that I spent in the canoe and all that, but I haven't had that converted yet, and I must get that done at some point. Well, I also found 2 photos. 2 photos here of all of us. Now let me see where I am in this. Oh, there, I can see myself. Right. So this was the Subumak base crew, all of us there. See if you can find me there. Okay, see if you can find me there. Let's just say hello to some more people joining us. Mike Rees-Ponto, good evening to you. Hello to Terry Layton. Hello, Terry. Nice to see you there. Jason Massey in the house, of course. Roy might have to tune into Ronnie's show in future. He hasn't got one, mate. There is no show, I'm afraid. There's no show for Ronnie. Instead of pens, my friend uses Golf Score pencils. They're much cheaper and they come 300 in a box and you get 6 boxes on a case. Is that right? Hello to Wesley McGee. Evening, Wesley. There we are. Let's scroll up there. There we are. That's it. You're all chatting to each other there. All right. There we are. Right. Okay. So did you see me there? All right, Paul. Jason, he's just got a little bit of a problem with his sound there. That'll be sorted out soon. Okay. He ordered a new piece of equipment. That's my brother-in-law there. You mean the little bit of hissing behind there? Yes. He's had to order a new mixer. Unfortunately, the mixer that literally came an hour before they were due to start streaming yesterday. And then when they tried to put it all together, they found that the power pack was loose on the back and it kept going off when you plugged the thing in. So that's the reason the sound wasn't so good. But that will be sorted out. Okay, he's working on that one. Right, so that's that picture. Now here's a picture of the group that I was in. And I remember these people. I don't know what happened to them. Here we are. There we are. You can see me a bit better there. Can you check me out? There you are. All right. Recognise me there with all that hair? What an old picture that was. I wonder what happened to these people. See, I don't know their names. And this bloke here was my friend. He was like you know, closest friend on there. That was him. But I don't know what his name is. I can't remember his name. So all these people now would be coming on 60, I suppose, 55, 60 years old. What a lovely find. I didn't know I had these. They've sat in an envelope for 40 years and I haven't opened them. Also in there, apart from those first day covers, was a couple of badges. And we had these badges made when we were there. The World Jamboree 1979. I got 2 of those. Look at that. Isn't that fab? So there we are. I wanted to share those with you today. Real jamboree. That's right, Jason. That'll be me, I'm sure. Was it third one in? Bottom row? Something like that. Okay, so I'm going to put these back in the envelope. And if Mark's with us tomorrow, I'll be able to show you the first day covers as well that I've got in there. But they are very, very sort of moth-eaten and damaged probably by snails eating things and what have you there. You know, good. Okay, right, we're up with the messages now. So if we missed anything out, type it again and I'll be able to keep you. Messages do get missed out sometimes. Just one of those things. All right, one of those things. Roy was a Cub Scout in the late 60s and early 70s. Yeah, when would I have started? What was Cubs? Was that 8? Because they have Beavers now, don't they? What's Beavers? Is that before Cubs? I think that's before Cubs. Presumably, you know, there's a lot more rules and regulations now, and where we would find great amusement in running around on a thing of wood, a big pile of wood now with nails sticking out. Presumably, you can't do things like that and light fires and this, that, and the other. But great shame, really. Michael, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that there, Michael. Okay. Roy's the old boy. Is he old? How old's Roy then? He's about the same age as me, isn't he, Roy? How old are you, Roy? Do tell us. Ray's got vertigo, so that's why I didn't feel great last week. So if I fall off the stage tomorrow, you know why. Yeah, I will know why. I'll bloody push you. It's awful vertigo, isn't it? Is that where you get all dizzy and all that? You can, if you ever think, Ray, if you ever come and you're not happy with, just do the same as, like, sometimes we have people in wheelchairs and things like that. Don't just take the microphone down to you. The wire's long enough. Wire's no problem at all. You know, if you want to just sit there at the front of the stage on a seat, that's no problem at all. You know, just take the microphone down there with your ukulele and what have you. All right. So Beavers is after Cubs, is it? Oh, is it? Well, we had Cubs when I was in the Scouts. It was Cubs, Scouts, Venture Scouts. So what is it now? Cubs, no, Beavers must be before Cubs, surely. Is it after Cubs, Beavers? I thought that was before Cubs. We didn't have it when we were there. There were no thing there. He must have done. Oh, stop that now. Roy's 58. Yeah, you're only 2 years ahead of me, Roy. It's not old, is it? Roy, I see a Catholic cross on the wall. You should have display every religion. Why should I display every religion? Why should I do that? Why? Am I a Buddhist? No. Otherwise, I'd have one of those little fat things sitting there, wouldn't I? Actually, you could sit there, Roy, actually. Well, you walk into these comments. You walk into them yourself. Please. Is this the BBC? No. Mari, have you seen Proms in the Park yet? No, I haven't, Mari. I intend to watch that. After I finish the show today, I'm going to watch this week's edition of Scarborough. I've got a lot to watch, actually. And then tonight, of course, we've got Dragon's Den, which I think is on at the moment, 8 till 9. And then at 9 o'clock, the... oh, Lord. It's an excellent programme. Oh, no, hang on a minute. Is it tonight? Oh, I can't remember. No, that's Tuesday night. So I want to watch Scarborough, and I watched Barry Manilow on the Proms in the Park yesterday. Was absolutely fantastic. I saw a couple of very small clips, but apart from that, I haven't seen the whole thing yet. It was marvellous. Unfortunately, you can't record that BBC iPlayer stuff, can you? Which is a bit of a shame, but I will be watching that definitely there. All right. Roy the Boy's never heard of Beavers. Yeah, there's something to do with the Scouts, but I don't know. I don't know. I had a great time in the Scouts, really. Camping, and we did this show. We did this gang show, Roehampton gang show. I missed that. Yeah, Adam the Plumber. Adam says Beavers, Cubs, Scout, Ventures. Yes, I thought they were. They are before Cubs. They're actually before Cubs, yeah. And Benson Carter. Good morning, Benson. Good afternoon, Benson. Good evening, Benson. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused with the times. Evening, Benson. Beavers, then Cubs, then Scouts. Thank you. I am 56, Benson. Jason, thank you very much. Would you want to see my birth certificate? Oh, dear. Roy Brownlow thinks I'm like a Buddha. Do you really? I look nothing like a Buddha, thank you. Thank you. Swat on Sky Witness. I haven't got Sky, Jason. I can't afford such luxuries here. Free television only. I have got Netflix. which I must say, I only really got to watch Star Trek and, what's the other thing? And Dynasty. I might get rid of that, actually. I'm not really watching that either. Netflix. Most of the stuff I watch is on the BBC, but I find myself doing quite a lot with my life, you know, rather than just sitting there watching the television all the time. I go round to even when I go round to my nephews, usually on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, depending on, you know, what we're doing. The two younger children, great nephew Harry, who's 6, I think, and great niece Evie, who's 7, they just like to watch YouTube channels. They watch YouTube stuff all the time, including that little annoying Ryan, who sits there opening boxes of toys and that. Oh, he's so annoying. Him and his dad, they get right on my nerves. Have you seen him? He's making a fortune. Millions and millions of dollars he makes. Millions. There's me. I think I'm up to about £1.67 now, not including the £7 that you've sent today. Oh, dear. On the iPhone and iPad, one can download the iPlayer. Yeah, but isn't it don't they say, you know, when you got like, this show is available for 29 days, even if you download it, does that mean after 29 days it doesn't play anymore? I don't know how that works. I've got an iPad. Perhaps I'll do it on an old iPad I've got. Yeah. I think I've got something like that. Bishop Philip would be very disappointed if he found... Don't tell him, Shania. I may be struck off from playing the organ at church. And we had the new priest there as well today, so I haven't met him, unfortunately. Adam says, Royston, that's his other half, has the body of a god. Shame it's Buddha. You're so cruel. How cruel are you to say that to your other half, mate? If I had another half, I wouldn't be saying that about them. Ray Reynolds, I watched the first Scarborough. The best line was, look at them in a civil partnership. They're not very civil. They both got beards. Oh, we had a drag queen. I don't know if I should tell you this joke or not. It's a bit iffy. It's a bit iffy. This drag queen told a joke last night, which was absolutely hilarious. Roy Brownlow, Chris goes to other people's houses to save on food, gas and electricity. Well, won't get any of that at your house, would you? You've had it all cut off, you tight-fisted bastard. Do you have anything on in your house at all? I bet you're watching this on someone else's phone, so you don't have to charge up your own battery, do you? Oh, dear. Hello to Wesley McGee. Subscribe to Karaoke London. Good song choice with My Life. Oh, you watched me singing, did you? How did you manage that? Most people put their earplugs in once they see me start singing. It's bad enough for the talking. Singing as well? Are you for real? Glad you enjoyed it, Wesley. Monday, if you probably watched Friday's show. The Friday karaoke and the Monday karaoke are very, very different. Very, very different. We have regulars on Monday. You'll see the same people every week. And on Friday, it constantly changes. It's much more lively on a Friday, it has to be said. The trouble is with some of the Monday people, it's just ballad after bloody ballad. And I get so depressed standing there sometimes. Good job. Ray Reynolds is there. He always brings up the sort of tempo of all the stuff there. All right. Do you see my comments on karaoke stream? No, I don't look at comments while I'm carrier. You're desperate to have all your comments read out, aren't you, Roy? I might purposely miss out the next 10 of your comments. I might purposely do that. Ow, you've missed my comments all the bleeding time, dear. How many comments do you want to write? Can you just write one per show? I'll be able to cope with that. There's a fly in there. Did you see that? Fly in there. Kevin Webster, did you see the proms? Not yet, Kevin. Someone else, Mari, was just saying that a moment ago, that Barry Manilow was on the proms, of course. There we are. Right. I shall ignore you, Roy, in a moment. There's stupid comments. 2 missed this, 3 missed this. On and on, dear. It's people like you why I can't see all the others. I'll have to go to midweek mass to make up for it. Possible. I don't know if it works like that, does it, my love? Don't know if that's... Proms in the Park is not available on iPlayer. It's greyed out. Is it? Or maybe it's not ready yet then. Is it not ready yet? I don't know if it's ready or not. I don't know. When I got home last night, I put the telly on and the Welsh one was there and the Northern Ireland one was there and the Scottish one, but not the London one. And I thought that was a bit odd. It might be that Barry Manilow has got some arrangement with them because he's got a very good team behind him that they don't like other people to try and make anything out of his music sort of thing, if you see what I mean there. All right. Okie doke. Now, let me read this. I did say to you we have a Gemma Collins story today, boys and girls. Gemma Collins, all that money. It's amazing how much money you can make with absolutely no talent whatsoever. Here we go. Gemma Collins caught buying fake designer clothes. This is in the Daily Mirror and various other papers this morning, boys and girls. Towie diva Gemma Collins went on a shopping spree for fake designer clothes just hours after plugging luxury brands. Do you wear those fake designer clothes, do you? Huh? Is that shirt or that pair of shoes you got on today, is that normal stuff or is it fake? No fakeness here. The self-styled fashionista, I never heard of that word, who bills herself as an international icon, visited Britain's most notorious trading venue. She's 38, it says here. She owns her own label, selling the Gemma Collins collection for up to 80 quid an item. Oh dear. But 2 weeks ago, almost as expensive as my 2 lots of bread and butter at lunch today. 2 weeks ago, she visited a lockup on Manchester's Bury New Road, opposite Strangeways Prison, and bought fake T-shirts at £12 or 2 for 20. And there's pictures of her. Oh, I mean, how awful. Just imagine that. You're going out somewhere and you're not able to do your shopping. Sad people taking pictures of you and sending it to the paper. Roy would do that. Roy Brownlow would do something like that. He's got a video up there of him meeting, I think it's Roy Brownlow, meeting various stars at Ken Dodd's funeral. I miss Ken Dodd. I liked Ken Dodd, did you? I like Ken Dodd. The story goes on, the area is known for regular police raids who have exposed a phony goods racket worth millions of pounds. A shopkeeper let the star into the indoor market on Counterfeit Street, so named because nearly every shop sells copycat items. You probably find one of my lovely fridge magnets there. Don't forget, raffle tickets coming up, gang. Onlookers were stunned when she bought several items after asking which were available in XL. Oh, come on, XL. More like triple XL, dear. So there we are. Isn't that funny? All that money people have got, and yet they buy fake clothes. I don't get that. It reminds me of something. I used to do the karaoke at a place called the City of Quebec, which was just off Oxford Street. And across the road, up a little bit and across the road from us, was Primark, right? And around this area are very, very expensive hotels and lots of Arabs, you know, very, very wealthy Arab type people staying in the area on their holidays, you know, with their families. Perhaps they've got businesses over here. And you would go into Primark and they would literally be in there with empty suitcases buying loads and loads of stuff in Primark. I don't get it. You know, all that money, right? Shouldn't you be buying, I don't know, Ted Baker, Ralph Lauren, and the upper things like that? No, they're in Primark, filling their suitcases with more and more stuff. I would have thought they'd be like in Harrods buying those trainers. You buy trainers, or was it Selfridges? Me and my mate saw Selfridges. I think we went to Selfridges a few months, some time ago now it was. I've got to say I like Selfridges. I really, really like Selfridges. It's a lovely place, that is. And we saw these trainers like for 800 quid. 8, 7, 600. There wasn't a pair less than 600 quid. It's just normal trainers. They look very nice. They look nice. 700, 800 quid? Nah, don't think so. I can't remember the name of them now. It's 2 words. The designer label is 2 words. Can't remember. Was it Armani? No, it wasn't Armani. Can't remember. But it was 2 words. It's a particular department within the department store of Selfridges. 800 quid. Now, you would think all those people would be there, wouldn't you? Buying that stuff. No, they're all in Primark. Isn't that odd? It's like people with money, they don't like spending it, do they? Very strange and mysterious, it really is. Where are we now. Roy the boy, mine are fake. Can't afford the real stuff. Oh, don't get nicked, Roy. That happens. You could be walking down the road in your Yves Saint Laurent t-shirt or something like that, and the police will stop you, dear, and give you a ticket. Is it like a fixed penalty thing? Yeah, I'm sorry. That's £50, please, for wearing that fake designer shirt there. Sean Pye says, read the story correctly, please. Gemma Collins got her dresses from the Army and Navy and rent a tent. I can't have roasting around my sister's house because I don't eat dead animals like you probably do. I'm a vegetarian. I had a lovely nut roast. It was lovely, actually. That small, not tiny portions, but a bit smaller than I would have liked. But I can't complain. It was nice there. Gemma Collins seen buying clothes from Don Cameron Balloons, says Jason Hughes. Kate Doody can't stand Gemma Collins. She was in Cheetham Hill, so rough down there. She'd fit right in. I'm sure she would. I'm sure she would. Yeah. Good evening to Dr. SOS Gregorian. Good evening to you. Retro Store Martin wears lawnmower wear. Lawnmower wear. Oh, don't fall on the floor and get lawnmowered over you. I've been cutting down a little bit of a hedge today as well. When I woke up, I'm feeling a little bit better. Thank you, Roy. Louis Vuitton. That's it. Louis Vuitton trainers. Look them up. 700-800 quid for a pair of trainers. I kid you not. I kid you not. I tell you what I do like, ladies. Jimmy Choo shoes. They do some lovely shoes. When I was in Vegas with my nephew oh God, that's a year ago, is it? Was it November we went? I think it was. When I was in Vegas with my nephew, I think it was last year. Or was it this year? No, it can't have been last year. It was I think it was earlier this year. Was it March? Around March, something like that? Anyway, we was in Vegas and we went to the designer outlets, because it's so cheap. Though. It's not as cheap as it was because of the pound to the dollar thing. But nevertheless, we went there because he likes to do the shopping. We work quite well when we're on holiday together, me and my nephew. And we went into a Jimmy Choo, I think it was either a Jimmy Choo shop or a shop that sold Jimmy Choo shoes as well as others. And I did see some nice shoes in there, but they were like $300, $400. And they're nice, Jimmy, aren't they? I said, $400. He said, well, a lot dearer over here. I didn't really know much about them. And I said, is that a good name? And he's like, yeah, because he knows all these things, my nephew. He's 22 now. And they were lovely shoes. And there were three pairs out of the selection that I really liked. So I could have bought a lot of them for probably about $900 or something like that, which would have been 750 quid. You see... I can't. I don't think I could justify spending more than £100 on a pair of shoes, preferably 50 maximum. Yeah. And he said to me, well, make your mind up. He said, because if you come back here, they're a lot dearer than that. Anyway, I didn't take much notice. I didn't buy them. I thought they were too dear. I spent the money instead on, because when you go away. Certainly when you go to America, and you most people that go to America book in a day there to go round some of these shops, right? If you go to New York, you don't want to go to Macy's or somewhere like that. Very, very expensive. Lovely to walk around and have a look, And remember, they got the store, they got the shop to keep and staff to pay and all that. You want to find the designer outlets. Most places in America got designer outlets. And most people that go to America, I think you'll find, go to either New York or Florida. In Florida, there's this road, International Drive, right? And that's where all the hotels and places are. And at either end are two designer outlets. There's one that's completely outside, and there's one that's partly inside and outside. You want to go to the one that's completely outside. And me and my nephew went there twice in Florida. So that would be about 17, 18, 19, 20. That was about 5 years ago. And we did our shopping there as well. It's fantastic. And it's all there. So you want to build yourself in a little time to go on these designer outlets. But you've got like a figure in your head, or you've got so much money with you, if you've cashed up money and you've got this money, and that's what you spend. You don't want to spend any more than that, I'm very, very good. I've got that right. That's my limit, and I walk away. And to spend all that money on like a pair of shoes, I couldn't do it. So I put them back, and I've got that. When I got back to the hotel, I did check the UK sites, and he was quite right. You know, these shoes over here are 500, 600, 700 quid. Lot of money, lot of money. Where are we? Roy Rez, Carl Grieger shoes. I don't even know what they are, Roy. I don't know what they are. Shania got all the money but doesn't want to spend it. Like you're not paying for teas at church back in May. Oh, come on, Shania. Dear me. Shania and her dad. Did your brother come as well, Callum? Can't remember now. I think he did, didn't he? I think it was Shania and her dad, maybe her brother. Yes, he was there because he doesn't talk much, does he? He was there as well. Yeah, and so they turned up at church and went to mass, which was lovely. It's really nice. That doesn't happen very often. Very, very rarely. Maybe once every few years I get to sit next to someone I actually know in church. And afterwards we had tea outside. I introduced them to the priest, Father David, who's gone now. And came to paying for the teas. Well, I only had a £20 note in me. You know, so her dad paid, and she's gone on and on about that. Practically every show she mentions the fact that her dad bought the teas. So please come again soon to church and I'll buy the teas. And if you're lucky, we'll walk up the road and you can have a Greg's vegan sausage rolls. No dead animals in those, dear. Thank you. Jason, you should see the clothes the neighbour gave me for rags for working on my cars. Some of them were like brand new, shame to plaster them in oil. Well, you could have worn them then, Jason, couldn't you? Or sold them on eBay or something like that. Might be an idea. There's no Oxfam clothes here, Roy. Thank you very much. Jason, £50 to £100 tops for shoes or trainers. They're all made in Taiwan. Well, they are. What's the designer badge? It's not. This is a test card. Ray Reynolds gave me this. Look. It's when I remember to put them on. This is a test card. It's a test card badge. Are you ready? No, maybe you can't see that. Let's try that one. Yeah, it's a test card. But you can just about see that because it's a bit blurred out. I know, nothing I can do about it. It's a test card, but you want one of these, don't you, Roy? Unlucky. You haven't got one, mate. Nothing for you. No fridge magnet, no badge, no cash, nothing, no designer clothes. Roy has nothing. What a shame. It's like spending 10 grand on a ship. Yes, but there's only 50 of these. I don't know how many I've got left. My mate was round here yesterday. He tried to nick a load of them. 5 of them he took. And he took a picture of them on his fridge. Fortunately, he returned them today. So I'm going to have to put these away somewhere where people could break in and try and nick these fridge magnets, you know. There's only 50. Once they're gone, that's it. That's it. Chris, your Vegas trip was this year because I went to Vegas shortly after and the damn hotel was trying to charge me double the new Chris Reardon suite. Are they really? Have they named the suite after me? Watch out if you go to Vegas. You get this enormous tax. I think it's something like $30 a night, isn't it? $35 a night, which is all right if you're on your own. But because we had 2 rooms, I got my nephew his own room. You know, when we was in Florida, we had not one room. What do you call that now? Like a flat, I suppose. No, not a flat. It was a hotel. But when you went in the door, there was a bedroom, then a living room diner, a living room kitchen, and then another bedroom, whatever. Is it a suite? A suite. We had a suite. You know, only like 3-star it was. Perfectly all right. So that's what we had there. So that was all right. We just had one place sort of thing. When we went to Vegas, I couldn't find one there. I'm sure they had them and I just didn't look properly. So I got 2 rooms. Unbeknown to me, you know, you get charged like $35 per night, per room. So I ended up spending, I don't know, about $300 or $400 on bloody taxis while we were there for the week. But we had a good time, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Roy the Boy, someone was selling trainers at the boot sale for 55 quid. I bet no one bought those at a boot sale. Christ. It's a lot of money at a boot. Most stuff is really cheap there, isn't it? My sister and brother-in-law go to boot sales a lot. He looks for stuff to restore. You know, I was going to look at my I offered him a couple of my I was going to have a look at a couple of my electric train type things, but I realised they're plastic. So I think he restores metal stuff, doesn't he? And that's how it is. Oh, that message has come up twice there. Good evening to Ben Rolfe. Good evening, Ben. Welcome to the show, Ben. I've got a couple of emails to read out, actually. that someone kindly sent in, which I'll come to in a second. Ray won't send you any badges. You won't get any badges off Ray, my friend. Outrageous. Right, so where are we now? Thank you very much. I've got to find this little message. It's from Rowan. Rowan has been with us a little while. He's been watching the karaoke as well. And he's a bit of a fan of David. David, who sings at the karaoke, David B, and he says David sang Electric Dreams on the karaoke. I think that was Monday night, which is a great song. Love his voice and it's fun to watch. You mentioned he hadn't won a magnet, so if he's watching one of your shows, hello, David. And Anthony was just so adorable in his all-white ensemble. Did you see Anthony? He's a bit of a character, is Anthony. He doesn't just come and sing a song at the karaoke. No, he performs a song. Now, if you're wondering why we keep going on about a karaoke, I do have a karaoke YouTube channel. If you look on my main YouTube, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK, please subscribe to that if you haven't done already. Then in the bottom right-hand corner, I think it says featured channels. One of those is Karaoke London. That's where the karaoke streams are on, okay? And you can generally find one on there Monday nights, round about 7:30, okay? I say roundabout, it's never bang on round. Sometimes before, sometimes after. And also on Friday nights at 8:30. That's where we have our karaoke things there. He also writes, this is from Rowan. You were talking about being buried the other day. Buried when you're not dead. You know, this is one of my worries, boys and girls. When I'm dead, which is in about 2,000 years' time, because I have been booked by YouTube to continue chatting crap for the next 500 years. When you're dead, it often worries me that you might wake up in your coffin. How are you going to get out? Well, answer is you can't. It says, being buried when you're not dead. Do what the Victorians did and have a safety coffin, says Rowan. Tie a little string around your finger, and if you wake up, you can move your finger and it will ring a bell. Let's try that now. So have we got a bit of string? I haven't got a bit of string. Let's use this wire. One moment, please. Let's use this iPhone 8 wire. So we pretend we've got a bell on the end of it. You tie it around your middle finger, I suppose. Okay, lads, and let's see if this works. Ding! 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 And you wiggle that middle finger around in the hole, don't you? Ding! Pardon? Oh, stop that now. Stop that. Stop. I'm changing the finger. You're just being rude. I'm not having rudeness on this programme. Ding, ding. I like the sound of that. Tie a little string around your finger. Thank you. And then he goes, oh, he's mentioning David again, our karaoke singer. You mentioned David in this morning's video. Is he the karaoke singer that kind of wobbles his head a bit when he sings? If so, he's one of Aaron's favourites. Could you please say hello to him from us? If I see him tonight, he sent this on Thursday, but I didn't know he wanted his emails read. Sometimes people send you an email and they don't want it read out. If you ever do that, you know my email address. There it is there. You want to send an email and you don't want it read out, please put that on there, as I wasn't sure whether he did or not. If I see him tonight, I mention a song, okay? No to... And we're talking about Botox as well. No to Botox. You have such an expressive face. If you got Botox, you wouldn't be able to move your face. You'd be all stiff. Quite a while since I was stiff, actually. Your face, I mean, of course. Oh, I see. So thank you very much for that, Rowan. All right, there's the email address if you want to send in an email. Feel free to do so, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Same email, of course, for the raffle tickets. If you're not able to collect your raffle ticket live, then you can always ask for a raffle ticket by email, okay? Right up to the beginning of tomorrow's show. There we are. Right. Or sorry, the next show, so to speak. The next show. Right. Ben, I've noticed that the background has changed recently. Are you in a different location? Yes, I'm in 2 locations. Usually at the weekend in Bracknell in Berkshire. And during the week, I'm in Lincolnshire. So there are 2 completely different backgrounds. You know where I am because it tells you in the top left-hand corner just under the Union flag there. All right. Dong. Thank you. Dong. Let's have a look. Roy, when you email raffle numbers, can you put more effort in and say what a pleasure it is for you to receive an email from me and use up the space available in an email? Thank you. Well, you think I've got time to sit here and write emails to everyone, Roy? I'm a very busy person. Very, very... No! All you get is a number back. You know that. You know that. All you get back is a number, and that's it. Good evening to Gareth Luxton. Good evening, Gareth. Did you get that £10,000 reach your PayPal after all? I'm afraid not, Gareth. Did you send it somewhere else? Have you sent it somewhere else? You may have sent it to the wrong person. I gather Gemma Collins needs more money in her account because she's buying fake goods, as read earlier on. Right. Now, we're going to do the raffle tickets after this story. Get ready. Now, I've had to be very careful on this programme today in case I said I love someone, because it's happened to a radio presenter. In the Daily Mail today, Jeremy Vine. It says, this is the rather... And it plays you... they've got the link up there for the... For the actual recording of this, which I can't play you because that would be BBC copyright. And women, oh, you're playing our stuff. You shouldn't be doing that. Get all that, you know. So here we are. And the story goes, the rather awkward moment, a BBC presenter, Jeremy Vine, does he do a TV show as well? I think he does a TV show as well. Does he do Channel 5? I don't know what it is now. Anyway, Jeremy Vine accidentally said, love you, to a listener as he hung up on a phone-in. Love you. Said that could happen to me today. So, you never know. There may be someone on there that I actually really love today. Then again, maybe there isn't. Mr. Vine had been speaking to guest Anne Mantle from Chichester on his Radio 2 lunchtime show, 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC. I've always wanted to do that. When the words just came out, the pair were talking about a peacock butterfly that had been hibernating for 2 months after it had flown into a house. As he ended the conversation, Vine said, thanks for listening, look after that butterfly. Mrs. Mantle replied, will do, thank you, thanks Jeremy. But in a moment of fluster, Jeremy Vine then replied, bye Anne, bye, love you, bye. I think some people throw that word love around a little bit too much, don't you, gang? Shocked at his own words, he quickly backtracked. Oh gosh, why did I say that love you? I'm sorry, it was a gaffe. That wasn't. You fancy her, lovey. You fancy her, don't you? He was embarrassed. Mr. Jeremy Vine quickly tried to move on by speaking to another caller, Jamie Dutton. But the builder from Huddersfield immediately brought up the last call. I think you just made that lady's day then. And he said, it just came out. But I mean, I guess it's true, Vine replied. Don't worry, I won't say I love you at the end of this call. Not to me, pal, not to me, Jamie replied. But then Vine made another gaffe, saying he wouldn't tell Jamie I love you because it would somehow be illegal. How's that illegal? Listeners later questioned why Vine had made the second awkward... He's digging himself further in, isn't he? Digging himself... made the second awkward remark, with Vine correcting himself by saying I could happily say it to him too. Oh, Shaun, Shaun, you've texted it into the show. Shaun has just texted me on my texting number. I love you. Thank you, Shaun. Thank you, Shaun. Don't tell the missus. Whatever you do, don't tell the missus, Shaun. Ha ha. Right. Oh, there's my mate. Ronnie's there. That's the one who tried to nick these. Did you see Ronnie invade the studio yesterday afternoon? Oh, don't tell me you missed that. It was quite humorous. That was quite humorous. Look it up. Go onto YouTube, youtube.com/Chris Ridden UK. Type in United Kingdom Talk. Saturday, the 14th of September 2019, and you'll find it on there, okay? All right. Jason heard that. Jason was listening to Radio 2 at the time. Mike's got the TV on while watching your show on the phone. Pet Shop Boys in Hyde Park on BBC 4 Colour. Is that right? Are they on there now? What, live? Gosh, I didn't think they were there today. I know they had the Proms in the Park. Maybe they leave the stuff up so they can do a couple of other events there. I don't know. Don't know. Right. Good. Okay. Right. Are you ready? Let me stand by. Because this is starting to take up quite a lot of the show time, isn't it? How long have we been here today anyway? Only an hour, is it? Okay. Right, just a minute. Let me prepare myself. Cubs, be prepared. Here we go. Let me do the spiel first. I reckon we need about 15 tonight, will we? One moment, please. There's Chris talking to Ronnie there. Can you get me a fridge magnet? No, they're gonna be hidden. These fridge magnets. People coming into the studio think they can bloody out themselves. Not only the fridge magnets, the cash as well, and items of clothing. Don't think I've not noticed that, Ronnie. When items of my clothing go missing, and then they turn up at his house. Oh, don't know how this got here. He says he's got a new kitten, Coco Chanel number 5 or whatever it's called. Little white kitten. It's gorgeous. He's got 5 cats now. There's Ralph, who's the most beautiful grey, black, white cat. Lovely cat. He's got Louis and Vuitton. They're 2 gingers. There's Lauren, who's a little tabby. And the latest addition is Coco Chanel number 5 or number 16 or whatever she's called. Little kitten. This kitten, she don't care. Right, the 2 boys, the older boys, the gingers, they're eating their dinner. She comes along, walks in between their legs, right, forward, pushes their heads up with hers and starts eating their food. Aren't they funny, cats? We love cats. I love cats. Right. Okay, so every Monday, gang, we do a raffle. The raffle is for one of these, and if you really want one of these as well, which I put in the post almost immediately. They do go first class, but I gather the last lot of first class stuff, they seem to be taking 2 or 3 days to arrive at their destinations, but it doesn't matter. You can win one of these by raffle. Okay, you need a raffle ticket. The raffle takes place on a Monday morning between 8:30 and 10 o'clock. You're allowed 1 ticket per show by whatever method that you claim it. So if you're with us live now, you can claim live. If you're watching a recording of the show, you won't miss out. You can claim it by email. That's the email address. Do not ask for a raffle ticket by 2 different methods and try and get 2, because I'll bar you from all the rest of the raffles, because it's not fair on everyone else. Please be fair, okay? Be fair. So you can win one of these. Raffle tickets are being given out now. If you want a raffle ticket, just send a message now saying, please, can I have a raffle ticket? Okay? Here we go then. Where are we? Roy Brownlow gets the first one today. Roy Brownlow is ticket, and I will show you the raffle tickets. They are 709, and I write your name on the back as well there. Sometimes I shorten the name. So 709 for you, Mr. Roy Brownlow. Boo, boo, boo. LaBelle is still there. Hello, LaBelle in New York. Lovely lady. Here you are, LaBelle. 710 for LaBelle. 711 for Martin. There you are, darling. Brother-in-law. 711. I owe you 2 dinners now, don't I? 2 dinners now. That's 2 dinners. We're down to 2 now. Roy the boy. Where are you? There he is. Roy the boy. 712. 712 for Roy the boy. 713 for Mr. Jason Hughes. 713 for Mr. Jason Hughes. Okay, 713. 714 for Kim Witt. Hello, Kim. I didn't even know you were there, darling. Hello, Kim. She's in Lincolnshire as well. Do you watch on a computer, or am I on your telly? Am I on your telly there? 714 Kim. Name on the back there. Kim Witt. There we are. Kate Doody. If I miss your name, okay, in the list that I'm doing, don't ask again until I get to the end. Otherwise, it gets really confusing. Okay, 715 for Kate Doody. Not even as a joke, Roy Brownlow, because I know what a bleeding joker you are. Don't ask twice for a joke, because I will ban you. Not funny. Michael Lawrence. Michael Lawrence. 716. I'm getting a bit hot in here again. Let me turn that down. 716 for Mr. Michael Lawrence, who's coming along to the karaoke tomorrow, aren't you? Christina Ewing. Lovely Christina, who's sending us pens. Ewing. There, 717, Christina. All right. Shaun. Hello, Shaun. Shaun Pye. 718 for Shaun. Hello, Lee Toby. Hello, Lee. I don't think I've seen you before, have I? Welcome to the show, Lee. Whereabouts are you, sir? Please make sure you write, can I have, ticket, or can I have a ticket, or please can I have a ticket, something like that. If you just send a message, then I'll read your message out, but you won't get a ticket. You must say, can I have a ticket? 7.19 for you. Okay, Lee, welcome to the show, sir. Welcome. Chris, SCTV fan. I'll write down the names as they come up, all right? 7.20 for you. 7.20. 7.21 for Jason Massey. M-A-S-S. Oh, is it E-Y or Y? Oh, I've lost it. Where are you gone now? There's Massey. Jason Massey. There you are. 721 for Jason. Mike Reese Ponto. Mike Ponto. Yeah, Mike. 722 for you, sir. Classic Restorer. Where are you, Classic Restorer? Do you do the sort of same sort of videos as my brother-in-law? Are you on the sort of same sort of thing? I don't know. 723. Okay, Classic Restorer. Done, Jason. Adam the Plumber. Thank you, Adam. Excuse me. 724. Okay, 724 for Adam. Scrolling down. I must be coming to the end of it now. Wesley McGee, 725. Wesley McGee, 725. There you are, Wesley. 725. Draw tomorrow morning. 8:30 to 10, somewhere between there, all right. 726 for Gareth Loxton, as the cash didn't reach me. By the way, gang, send the cash by whatever method you got the cash. I'm not bothered. If you've committed a robbery or anything like that, you've done something like that. Maybe you're a prostitute, male or female. Doesn't bother me. If you've earned your money by any means whatsoever and you want to buy a fridge magnet, gratefully accepted here at United Kingdom Talk. Right, 76 Gareth Loxton. There you go, sir, Gareth. Okay, there's my sister. Sharon. Well, they've got one each. Martin's got one and Sharon's got one. 727 for you, Sharon. All right, love. I like looking at Chris's bald spot during the raffle. Oh, go and have a good look then, boy. It's not as good as yours yet. People keep telling me, why don't you just shave it all off? I don't know. I don't seem to be able to go down that route quite yet. Armenia loves Chris Reardon. I know who that's from. Thank you very much. Someone texted in there. SOS Gregorian. They are. Is it the that Askew pub, Askew Road pub you go in? S728 for you. Is it the Askew Road pub you go in, or is that someone else? I went past it last night. There was some sort of musical activity moving into the pub. I saw a bloke with a microphone stand and things. Jason, is it one ticket per household? As Martin and Shaun. Oh, please, dear. Honestly, Jason. No, it's one ticket per person. Not household, per person. But you can't, if you've got the same account, then you can only have one. One ticket per person. That's it. They're talking to each other now. Look. Classic Restorer. Worcestershire. Okay. I would like to do what your brother-in-law does. Well, just do it then. Just do it. You don't really... My brother-in-law's got quite a nice little setup. He keeps buying bloody cameras. Cameras and microphones. He makes me laugh. Right? He's just bought this lovely microphone, actually. A wireless thing, I think it is. And sometimes when we're out, I've been in shops, perhaps Audi or something like that, and I'll pick something up and say, oh, look at this, does he? Look at this. What's this do? And I'm reading it. I said, that could be useful. And he looks at me and said, do you need that? And I'm like, well, no, not really. And he takes it off me. We'll put it back then. And I save the money. And then he goes and orders more microphones. But you don't actually need that. Thank you, Ian Days. Hello, Ian. Didn't see you sitting there on the side there. Ian Days. 729 for you, Ian. 729. It is, isn't it? You, SOS Gregorian, who goes in that pub. Yeah, there was some sort of musical event going on in there last night. Oh, that would be Saturday night. I don't know what it was. Is the karaoke there on a Sunday, I think, if I remember rightly, isn't it? Anyway, going back to what you were saying there, Classic Restorer. All you need, if you want to start, doing videos and all that, that's all you need. One of those, right? You know my opening videos? You've seen the opening videos, you know, the bit with the music behind it. All the video side of it, the pictures are all done on an iPhone. I have no proper video camera. It's all on an iPhone, right? I gather the next iPhone, the camera is even better. Although my brother-in-law, he's got, and my sister now, and my nephew, they've all got Huawei phones. Huawei phones. You know, I don't know how to say it properly. Chinese thing, isn't it? Huawei phones. And I have to say, the picture quality on those phones is actually probably better than the one I've got on my iPhone. I'm very, very impressed with the pictures on there. So it's a thought, you know, a Huawei phone. I don't upgrade my phones. I mean, I've never had that one actually die, to be honest. I don't upgrade my phones unless I really think that the next one is much, much better than the one I've already got. If that would involve a better camera, then that probably would be enough for me to upgrade it. But actually, you know, you've seen the picture quality. If you've never seen my little opening videos, let me show you a little bit of one now. Oh, it'll start with a Union Jack. Because I know some of you, a lot of you aren't with us at the beginning of the show usually. There'll be a bit of music coming on here as well. Hang on a minute. Just ignore that bit at the bottom there. There you go. That's all done on an iPhone. All right? And it moves on. Give it a chance to move on. Has anyone not got their raffle tickets? Speak now, please. Give that a second or so to come through. Let's take a while to move on. Is that music? I can turn the music off. Right, turn that music down. There we are. There you go. That's all done on an iPhone. All of it. See, no professional camera needed. And it goes on. All right. So you could do that. You could do that, Classic Restorer. Why don't you just try it? I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. What you got to lose? Yeah, I'm sure you got a camera or something like that there. All right. Is that everyone's tickets then? Have I got everyone? Is that everyone? Looks like I've got everyone, I think. Let's just click back on here. See if we've got everything there. I think that's about right. Yeah. Please speak now if you haven't got your raffle ticket. And as I say, if you're watching a recording of the show, email me in for your raffle ticket, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Hello to Leon Corrigan. Welcome to the show, Leon. Long time no see. Hope you're well. Right, we'll do one more story here. Good news, boys and girls. Good news. Are you one of those people that put up your Christmas decorations in bloody November? My sister does. She does. Right, I think she does it at the beginning of December. My nephew's wife has got their decorations up weeks before Christmas. Well, Adam, did you not hear me read your number out? I can't look in that bowl now. I'm sure I gave them to you. You're not paying attention to the show, are you, Adam? You're watching bits and pieces of it, dear. I don't know if I've given you a ticket or not. It's in the bowl now. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did, dear. Pay full attention. Oh, Leon hasn't got one. Leon. 7:30 for you, Leon. Oh, look, I can see that on the top there. Yes, you did get one, Adam. Look. Leon Corrigan. There you go. The draw's tomorrow morning, Leon. Sometime between 8:30 and 10. All right, 7:30 for you. There you go. All right. Yes, my nephew's wife has those decorations up weeks before Christmas. Now, when I was a boy, sometimes we wouldn't put the decorations up until like Christmas Eve. And I really feel personally that if you put your decorations up so far in advance, you get to Christmas Day and there's no wow factor. Hello to Daniel Warren. Welcome to the show, Daniel. First time I think you're with us. Hello, welcome up. As time went on, I suppose we got to about a week before Christmas. But it was the decorations in our house when we lived in Roehampton. They were never really up for more than sort of a week before Christmas. Maybe a little bit longer. Certainly not 2 weeks. They just weren't. And we go, Mum, can we put the decoration? No, it's not Christmas yet. And we wait about a week before. And then Christmas Day, they were still sort of fairly new in the house. And I really think you miss something by putting those decorations in Christmas decorations up too early. Jason indeed says there should be a law against putting decorations up before December the 1st. Well, it's the TV as well as doing it now, Jason. You know BBC One. You know they have like the Christmas idents. You know, at the moment you've got. I mean, you don't have the globe anymore, but that red box, and they do little things in different things in between. Well, they now start that in early December, don't they? So they're even doing it on the television now. They've extended like that whole Christmas thing, and you get to Christmas Day and it's already done. You've missed it. I just think, you know, to put stuff up and to make things Christmassy-fied more than a week before Christmas it just kills it stone dead. Lee's in Wrexham. Lee Toby's in Wrexham. Is that in Welsh Wales? Welsh Wales, isn't it, Wrexham? Is it that way? Well, Shaun says, do you remember the chains you used to have to lick and stick together? Yes! You used to buy them, didn't you? Little packets of these paper things, and you'd take them out, little strips they were, and you'd stick them together, like that, putting them like, no, and then hang them up on the ceiling, didn't you? Ha 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 ha! LaBelle says, ever since I've been working in theme parks, doing it early means you get to enjoy them more and more, and you get to spend more time with them instead of fussing with stuff. Well, theme parks is a different thing altogether. If they only did it a week before Christmas, you'd never get everyone in, would you? So it's a different thing, theme park. But certainly in your own house, no. I don't go along with it at all. Right, the boy's off now. Look, he's off now. He's got his bloody ticket. He's off. He can't wait to go. Dear me. Jason Hughes, put them up Christmas Eve, take them down Boxing Day. No, that's unlucky, Jason. You mustn't take them down before the 12th night. That is unlucky, which I think is January the 6th, I think. Ian Days, my wife's birthday is on the 15th of December, so we were not allowed to put up the decoration until the 16th, which suits me. Yeah, that's all right, the 16th, isn't it? That's not too far ahead. That's not too far ahead at all, really. Daniel Warren, well before Christmas. Well, there's a story in the Daily Mirror today. It may be the first time ever that I'm wrong about this. In the Daily Mirror, it says, the most Christmas-obsessed people among us will already be counting the days to mince pies, mulled wine. Have you ever had mulled wine? Oh, it's awful. It's like piss. It just smells like it as well. Have you ever had mulled wine? It's disgusting, that stuff. It is awful. The most Christmas-obsessed people among us will already be counting the days to mince pies, mulled wine and presents. But while the nights have started drawing in a bit, there's still a long way to go until the magical month of December. Nonetheless, if you're looking for an excuse to get in the festive spirit as soon as possible, then science is your friend. The story says, getting the decorations up early might draw groans from your less festive... I'm not less festive. I just think it's too much from your less festive friends. But it turns out there might be genuine psychological benefits to savouring a few extra weeks of Christmas fun. And the impulse to get the tree out at the earliest opportunity has a rational logic. This is in the Daily Mirror. Psychoanalyst Steve McCohen says, although there could be a number of symptomatic reasons why someone would want to obsessively put up decorations early, most commonly for nostalgic reasons, either to relive the magic or to compensate for past neglect. He added, in a world full of stress and anxiety, people like to associate to things that make them happy, and Christmas decorations evoke those strong feelings of their childhood. And let me tell you, me and my sister, we had the most marvellous childhood. We were very lucky to have two wonderful parents, our mum and dad, who went so out of their way, I cannot tell you, to make sure we had good Christmases. Now, I usually tell these stories around the Christmas period, but as this story is in there, you know, the whole house filled with the smell of Christmas cooking. Mum would be up at like probably 5:30, 6 o'clock on Christmas morning, putting all the food in the oven. We'd wake up, the whole house would be smelling of roasted turkey and potatoes and stuff like that in the oven. And the tree with all the presents under it. And during the night, of course, Christmas Eve night, Dad would creep into our rooms with these pillowcases of presents. and place them there. I remember when I was 16, actually, I woke up. I could hear him coming in, so I pretended to be asleep. And I heard the presents go down, and I waited for them to go back into their room. None of us closed our doors at night. And as soon as he'd gone, I got up. I started rustling through the pillowcase. Well, Mum came in, she heard it. Go back to sleep. Gosh. And there would be my two nans sitting there as well. We'd have the telly on all day. We'd get up and we'd go to church, and we'd come back and literally fall into the chairs or the settees and watch Christmas television all day long. And we'd watch the Queen, Top of the Pops, of course, and there would be a film on at 3:10 after the Queen. And we'd have our Christmas dinner, and Mum worked so hard, she just didn't sit down. And then shortly after the dinner, the tea always seemed to arrive fairly quickly within 2 hours, and sandwiches and cakes and all that laid out in front of the window. We lived upstairs, and fairy lights, you know, the ones that you had to screw in that would always come unscrewed. I remember I was obsessed by fairy lights for some reason, and I put these lights on, and I always remember Mum coming into the room, right? Coming into the living room, and I heard a crunch. Where obviously one of the lights had trailed across the carpet, and she tried to brush it under something so I didn't notice and have a go at her. And there was a record player in the corner, a red record player, you know, one of those things that you open the top and put a record on. And we'd have Christmas records on that. Yeah, happy times. Decorations, it says in the Daily Mirror, are simply an anchor or pathway to those old childhood magical emotions of excitement. So putting up those Christmas decorations early extends the excitement. So there you have it. If having all your decorations up makes you happy, then there's no reason you shouldn't indulge your impulse and get that tinsel hanging up. So that's what it says in the Daily Mirror. I'd still go along the sort of route of saying don't do it too early. I do think you miss out a lot, you know, waiting until the day. But then perhaps that's because I'm a little bit old-fashioned, and that's how it is, you know. All right, okay, we're going to do the birthdays in a moment, boys and girls. I do keep an eye out for those super chats on the other screen, so don't worry if you're sending one of those, and that's fine. Just scrolling up there. Oh, wow. Hello to Rob, Shaggy, Kershaw. Thank you. I'm much better now. It was 24. I think I'm completely normal now. I had the flu injection about... How long did it take me to feel ill? 2, 3, 4... 2... So... Flu injection at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was about 9 hours later that I started to feel really run down and tired. But and that carried on. Last night was really bad. Last night at work. Couldn't sleep properly. This morning I was really, really tired. And then as the afternoon wore on, around about 12 o'clock, I started picking up. And I'm completely normal again now. So it was obviously the body reacting to that. Okay. Daniel Warren, the shop don't help selling mince pies and biscuits. Yeah, and you have to ask yourself, actually, Daniel, you know, how much preservatives are in these cakes and things? If you can buy them like 4 months ahead, I don't think the cakes and that my mum used to make, you know, 2 days and she was chucking them out. Mum used to make rock cakes, which I must admit, you know, I didn't appreciate at the time. I don't think all the things that your parents did. But then I just think that's a children-parent thing, you know, where children really don't appreciate what their parents do. I know other children that don't appreciate what their parents did, but I can relate to that because I was exactly the same, you know. And let me tell you, when they're gone, my God, does that hurt you? It comes back and slaps you in the face. Why didn't you say thank you for this? Why didn't you do this? It really does. But I do think those of you that have got children of an age, you know, not little ones, I'm talking perhaps teenagers, 20s, maybe even 30s as well, you will know what I mean by that. I'm sure a lot of the time you think, well, why did I bother doing that? Well, you bothered doing that because it was your child, and that's what you do, I suppose. You know, one of those things. Children can't do any wrong. Your own children can't do any wrong by you, can you? But you just would like them to say thank you a little bit more often, perhaps. So thank you, Rob. Thank you. Feeling a lot better now. Thank you. Jason doesn't bother at being on his own. I don't really bother that much now, Jason. Apart from I do try and do something in our little studios on around the Christmas time, but the rest of the house I don't really bother anymore. No, I don't, to be honest. LaBelle does all her holiday shopping now. I get to spend more quality time with family and friends instead of shopping and standing in long lines. Very sensible, LaBelle. I'll be honest, I quite like doing the whole someone sent something here. I like that. I'll read it in a second. Sending, Amazon, that sort of thing. Although me and my mate, the last, I think 4 years, we've been going to Hamleys to get the children's stuff from there. But we do have a very good toy shop now here in Bracknell called Mr. Entertainer. They got them all over the country, and they're very good, Mr. Entertainer. I never liked Toys R Us. I hated it in there. It was absolutely soulless. Just like a big old warehouse with boxes and boxes of stuff. Soulless in there. I didn't enjoy that at all. Someone's texted in here. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I don't want you to feel neglected as I've not seen any text for your show. You're an entertaining man. How kind is that? Thank you very much for that. What a kind thing to send. Well, if you're going to send a text on the number, can you put your name and sort of where you are? Not exact address, unless you want me to come round. Which I may do if you're offering a free meal. Roy's just ordered more Wi-Fi spark plugs. One for my daughter's room at my mum so I can turn it off at bedtime. I got smart plugs up at the caravan. I used to use them to turn on the heating, but I've got different heating in there now. So I've now connected them to lights. They come on because they've got timers on them as well. I've connected them to a couple of lights and also the kettle. I've connected the kettle so if I go out, right, because I've got a caravan kettle. It doesn't draw. It's only 900 watts, but that means it takes about 10 minutes to boil. So now, like tomorrow night, early Tuesday morning, I'll turn the kettle on 10 minutes before I look at my clock. Roughly 10 minutes before I'm there. And then when I get to the caravan, the kettle's already boiled. Very good, those smart plugs, and they're ever so easy to set up. I've got the Casa ones, Kasa, Casa Smart Clubs, plugs rather. Let's see. Ray Reynolds, we could put up our Christmas tree lights on the 31st of October, Halloween, because something may happen or not. I think it will. I think the Brexit thing will happen now. I really do. I can't see it going past October the 31st. I think probably he'll get that through. Whether you vote one way or the other, irrelevant really. I think that will go through now, to be honest. You're talking about Christmas in September. Yeah, it was a Christmas story in the Daily Mirror, Jason. That's why. Benson, Chris just got an opening recording of Barry at Proms in the Park. An open recording, did you? Wow, where'd you get that from then? I'm going to watch that later. What about the people that go over the top with lights all over the house side of the houses? Do you do that? No, but if I was a child, I would want that. I have seen it. Some of them are done really well. There's a lot of houses round here do that. I'll tell you that now. Some of those lights outside houses are done really well, but some of them are done badly as well. It's just awful when they just plonk the lights down anywhere, Roy's got one of those projectors screening Santa effects on my windows. I've seen those. Very good. Very good. Adam was in Asda. They've got advent calendars already. Perhaps I should bring up my own advent calendar, Adam, where you open little doors on me to see various parts of my body. Do you like the sound of that? Roy's getting excited about his Christmas card and present from me. I don't think so, dear. No. Clarissa. Good evening, Clarissa. Kate Doody. I was at Scotch Corner Services yesterday and there were mince pies on sale there. Gets earlier and earlier every year. Yeah, but I don't go along with it, Kate. And you don't have to you don't have to buy those mince pies. I won't. I wouldn't, but I don't like mince pies anyway. I think it's vile, that stuff, mince meat. Mince meat and mince pies. It's just horrible stuff. I don't like it. Classic Restorer saw mince pies for sale the other day. The best before date was the 21st of October. Well, they're not going to last, are they? Kate doesn't bother with Christmas decorations. She's got an African gay and a macaw, and they just eat everything. Do they really? It's like cats, don't they? The cats knock the Christmas decorations. My mate's got glass balls, literally hanging, and they're so delicate. He's got so many Christmas decorations, I can't tell you. Boxes and boxes of them, and he keeps ordering more. I don't know why. Clarissa. My boys always say thank you. In fact, I've just sent pictures of him, of the wedding dress I just picked up for Ella, and he was choked about, a little wedding dress, bless. LaBelle's taking care of her mother now. I'm very well aware of what my mum went through, and I thank her every day for being amazing. Lovely. Thank you. Will Manilow be dressed up as Santa on Christmas calendar? Probably not. Dr. SRS Gregorian, Brexit checklist. To ensure it occurs on the 31st of October, we in the UK must all sit at midnight on the 31st of October. How are you going to do that? And Christina, the shops in Germany are already selling Christmas Stollen cake next to the October beer supply. Oh, that's nice stuff, isn't it? Christmas Stollen cake. Very tasty indeed. Right, let's do today's birthdays, gang. Happy birthday on this Sunday, the 15th of September, to Mr. Dennis Granger, 43 years old tonight. Happy birthday to Dennis. All right, where's me? Get my music up. I haven't got my music ready. Happy birthday today to Jason Curry, 25 years old today. Happy birthday, Jason. Happy birthday to David Vaughan, who's a young 62 today. David Hemel, that's David B. He's actually not with us today. That's the chap that the other bloke likes watching on the karaoke streams. Oh Christ, what was his name now? I just read his emails out a minute ago, didn't I? Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can. Is it there? Oh dear. Where's my? No, I can't find it now. Rowan, that was it. Rowan likes watching David singing on the karaoke stream. So happy birthday to David in Hemel. Happy birthday to Richard Matthews, 36 years old today. Beer, is it? Oh, blimey! Hang on a minute. I'm going to have to make the words bigger on these screens. I think there's a thing. Isn't there a lot? Can I do it while I'm with you? Hang on a minute. Let's have a look. Display. Is it display settings? I can't see the blooming writing on here. Display. Nope. Sound. Focus assist. What's that? Focus assist. Is it that? Nope. Sound display. No. I don't know where. There's some way you can make the thing bigger, isn't it? Personalize. Personalize. Background colours, themes, fonts. Available fonts. No, nothing about making it bigger. Okay. Make Google. It's Google, isn't it? Is it Chrome? Hang on a minute. Let me just do this because I can't see the blooming words. Settings. 1 minute. Passwords, payment methods, appearance. Font size. Oh, large. It's already on large. Hang on, let's try very large. Okay, I've gone to very large. Let's see if that's made any difference. Right. Page zoom. Oh, I don't want a page zoom, do I? Because that'll just make... Now, the Facebook don't look any bigger. They don't look any bigger. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, carry on with the birthdays. Blerton Rhett Corcari, I think it is 30 years old today. Happy birthday to Giuseppe Jospel. Evening, Giuseppe. Come along to the karaoke a couple of times. 37 years old today. John Griffin today. 31 years old today. Paul John Rafter. Good morning or good evening. Happy birthday to you. Alvin Chandra in his muscle vest. Happy birthday to you. And Stacey Mile today is 35 years old. So happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday Roy Brownlow's advising me. Keyboard, what is it? Shift and plus. Is that the thing going up? Shift, let's see what happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Nope. Maybe it's control and plus. Oh, something's happened. Oh, something happened then. Now, how do I get that thing to come out? I managed to get... Oh, pop out chat. Pop out chat. So then if I close that... Oh, shouldn't have done that. No, I can't see anything. Oh, well. Oh, that's all right. I've got the other chat thing up in front of me so I can see it. Don't send a super chat thing now, for Christ's sake, because I won't be able to see it. Just close the other chat box. I have 2 chat boxes up now, so I can't miss the things. Lee, Christmas is too much of a rush these days. We didn't have much money, but we never went short. Mum and Dad did, though. Yes, same. I think same for us, really, to be honest. We weren't massively rich, certainly not. But we had enough. We were happy at Christmas and times like that. Thank you. Thank you. LaBelle likes the glasses. These were only These were £10 for 4 on Amazon. I kid you not. £10 for 4 pairs on Amazon. I think they were plus 1.5 or something like that. Roy's wishing everyone a happy Easter. Thank you, Roy. And there we are. Right. Chris has broken the computer. No, I think no, I haven't broken it. What I've done is I've just closed the blooming YouTube chat box, haven't I? I could see the chat on the other thing, but can I just try that again while you're there? Then I'll know what to do for tomorrow. So I've just realised I had 2 microphones on tonight. Was I echoing at all tonight? Probably didn't notice. Right, so if I open that, let me try and do this now. Open that, click on that.
I had 2 microphones on tonight.
Right,
was I echoing at all tonight?
Shut up. Right. Now I've got a pop-out chat. Pop-out chat. But I've got I think I have to leave that box open. Looks like... Oh, where's that gone now? So if I... right. Close that. Oh! No, I didn't close the chat down at all. There it is there. There it is there. So you can close that window. Keep the chat open. Well, that would work better for me. Now, what was the thing you said? Plus thing there. Thank you, Wesley. Good luck to you in Liverpool there. I've never been to... That's my favourite accent, Liverpool. Do you speak proper Liverpool? Like that accent? I quite like that accent. Right, hang on a minute. Let's just... Control plus, was it? Oh, yes. Oh, brilliant. Marvellous. Thank you, Roy Brownlow. And no, you can't have a fridge magnet for that. I've now made my words bigger. How blooming marvellous is that? Excellent. That's worked. That's worked well, that has. Very pleased with that. Thank you. Thank you. That's all sorted now. I shall be able to see what's going on. Right. That's it for the show tonight. Thank you very much, boys and girls. I'll be with you again tomorrow morning, sometime between... I'm blooming hungry. I'm going to have... I'm going to have vegan burger. Shall I have beetroot burgers or vegan? No, I'll have vegan burgers. I'll have baked beans. Oh, yeah. A bit of cheese on top. And some potatoes. That's what I'm going to have for dinner now. Yes, please, Mum. I'm starving now. Absolutely starving. Yeah, Wesley's born and bred here. Proper Scouse. I like that. Love that accent. Love that accent. All right. Yes, so we're with you tomorrow morning. We got the raffle as well. That's sometime between 8:30 and 10 o'clock in the morning. Don't forget, gang, we don't schedule this show. It's not on at the same time every day. I'll be honest with you, it would be probably from your point of view a lot better for me to do it at the same time every day. But I can't like sort of move my life around that. So I'm sure you understand. But you never miss a show as long as you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Click the subscribe button on there and there's a little bell there as well. A little bell icon. Make sure that's on as well. And then whenever there's a show on, your device, whatever you're on, mobile phone, something like that, will give you a little ping if you've done it properly. And that's when we're on. The normal time for a show is round about 9:30 in the morning. But as I say, it can happen at any time, day or night. Generally 9:30 in the morning or in the morning sometime between 8:30 and 10, I like to say, because it just depends what time I sort of get up and all that. All right. Okie doke. Thanks very much, boys and girls. Have a lovely evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning, sometime between 8:30 and 10 o'clock. And we'll find out who's won the fridge magnet. Who's won the fridge magnet? The excitement is building. More excitement here than watching the Liberal Party conference. Why do they bother? Ta-da.